All right, well, good morning, anyone and everyone. We're at the key area here. 6:15 is the line in the sand. See if they can either break above or below it. See how value develops here. We're rejected so far, but it's a pretty strong rejection. Below needs below 608. Can hold below that, which is yesterday's value or high. Not yesterday, sorry, the day before that. Yesterday's value high is up here. Oh, the internal, everything's red. And the first time in a while that everything is red. Internals and and all sectors are red. First time in a while that everything is actually blatantly red. Oh. Where's the open? Let's see. The open is 608. See, so far we open inside prior range. Now we're breaking down a little bit here. It seems like a fast trend down so far. We open, we visited view up, and then we're just continually breaking down. I kind of don't want to short after, you know, throwing in the towel, but it looks like this is, if there was a time to short, it'd be today. But I can't do it. I can't do it. I think after I capitulated yesterday, kind of short, I think today is the day they do the breakdown potentially, but I'm just gonna have to get on my hands. Someone's absorbing there at 6K. Look at that. Oh my god, look at that. Dude, what in the world is going on there? Right at 6K, there was a Big old order just absorbed there. I was passively just filling orders. Yeah, it's breaking down yesterday's low. It's going. Yeah, it's accelerating too. This is gonna be a big flush if it does. I'm assuming there'll be a bounce at some point back into the overnight low. But this is the largest extension we've had below the overnight low in a while. Usually they're quick probes. It's a pretty directional move. Oh yeah, I gotta reset. I didn't even check the call walls. Shit. I'm distracted this morning. Call walls at 38. Okay. Where's the put wall at? Yeah, this is a good flush. My oh my. This could be the breakdown here coming up. That has been probably been in the works for a few days. We'll see, but yeah, breakdown of the cluster of lows there. There's no way they're below the put wall already. What the heck? Yeah, they're below the put wall. Interesting. Yeah, they're selling everything this morning. Look at this. The first time we get a directional move like this. Yeah, short in favor of that once they get it going. There's two areas of interest. I mean, the priority low or the overnight low. Dude, are they gonna break everything down all at once? There's no bounce. What the? There's some bids showing up here at 70s. Right there, you can see it turn a little blue on the heat map. Some bids showed up, which is right near the priority low. The cluster of priority lows, actually. And it's also the value high from last week. I think today's gonna be one of those days where we have to rerun the gamma levels. This thing's expanding pretty quickly. And there's the bid at the priority low. Not sure if they'll defend it. This is a pretty large impulse move down off the open. The price bounce right where those bids showed up. Just a little bit so far. It pounds what, 10 points from that area? 10 points. Still inside you. Great work on the classifier. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad it works. I wasn't sure if the link would work. So I have more stuff I'm working on. I haven't released that one yet officially. It's just kind of like the beta, let's just call it. I figured I'd see if anybody would try it here on the stream. Thanks for clicking on it. I have more coming out that I'm working on. Once it's wrapped up, I'll release like a full post with the full classifier. This is obviously an opening drive right now, but still inside the initial balance. Yeah, it is. The thing is, like, it's a well, no, it broke below the initial balance. Yesterday's initial balance low, it broke below it because the low was what, like 90. It's testing the initial balance low right now. No, I'm sorry. No, it's below the initial balance. The balance was 7595, so it's below it by 10 points. It's coming back into it, so we'll see. But good morning, man. Great work on the classifier. So if you guys want to test it out, it's pretty good. I have another one coming out soon. It's meant to help you kind of classify the opening session narrative. So if it opens above or below the prior day low. It'll help you understand whether there's a probability of filling the gap or not, or trade in favor of the gap. And yeah, here tag the open, the prior day right off the open. Blew through, continue directionally. So today's an opening drive. Trade with the drive, do not fade, wait for the week retest. So today's potentially a opening drive, meaning continuation day on the sell-off we're experiencing. So we'll see if we can, how high we can go on this bounce. Ideally, the 90s, yesterday's prior day low, would be an ideal spot to look for a short on a rejection. We're so far away from view up. That's the part that sucks the most. Yeah, well, we're far away from VWAP, so a lot of the volume is gonna fill, yeah, below it. I mean, this is a strong impulse down. I'm leaning more short. I don't want to be short. I said yesterday to give up on this damn short thesis, but the impulse here is saying, the opening is saying this is a continuation down potentially. So we'll see. I'll be a little nimble on it. Ideally I want to see price trade into the priority low or an entry. Priority low. And then I'm gonna wait another half hour until the IB is set. We'll see if they end up if they don't end up blowing past the IB, and it becomes one of those strong trend days where the IB forms as we're trading near the low of the day. That does happen sometimes. Yeah, I'll put the order up already. This is a trade I'm interested in. Because if it fills in, that's great. And then the stop would be above the VWAP. Somewhere around here. And then we'll target the IB low and see and go from there. We'll see. So the idea is to short the prior day low, retest if this is a real sell-off. You could also wait to the overnight low tests. We might come back to the overnight low 602. We do have, I think there's some news right now in 2 minutes, right? Let's see, Forex Factory. Whatever the news is, the news wire will pull it. But let me just check. Today's Wednesday. Nah, never mind. Oh yeah, we have PMI. PMI at 7, so in like 1 minute. So yeah, PMI in like a minute. We'll get the data of the PMI on the newswire here. It'll populate once it pulls through. Whatever the numbers are, not really. So limit order to short at priority low. Stop at above the VWAP. The IB low formed right at the cluster of lows there. So we've had 3 sets of lows here made on the daily basis. 3 or 2. I think it's 3. That PMI's out. See what they do. There's the push. There's a seller passively waiting there. 700 lots. They all got gobbled up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Yump, 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 yump. Okay, I almost about to film me here. That's a big lot. That guy might be. I might squeeze a little bit. I'm a little scared right now. Not gonna lie. Okay, they're about to film me here and like a tick. Wait, why isn't this order showing up on my dumb? Is the wrong account live? Oh, it is. Okay. There we go. Alright, we'll move it down to 9.3 if they film me. So again, the rationale here is that we have an opening drive move. Let me go to the classifier. So if you go to the chat, the little comment that's pinned, it'll open this, right? And once you open that, you go to the classifier, and you see it says tagged PDH or PDL at open. We tagged the priority low. Did price probe the level with a long wick or sharp rejection? No wick. Holding near the level? Nope. Price blew through it. Blew through it. Open drive. Market made its decision before the bell. Trade with the drive. Do not fade. Wait for a weak retest on the first bar's entry. So there goes. The retest right there. The opening drive is the reason we're short here. Okay. 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 So what time is it? IB's not formed yet, so let's see. We'll get one off at 82s, which is where the value area low has been for the past few sessions. Again, I don't want to be shorting the whole without reducing some risk yet. If this breaks below the 7.575s, I'm open to even adding more on weakness, but before then, is the market short gamma? It's not that I saw. Let me double check. I'm gonna pull a new one though. It could be potentially, but I think it's long gamma right now, or long delta, I think is what you mean. Delta regime is long delta, yeah. Let's pull a new scan here. Let's do that because we did have a strong move off the open. So we'll pull a new one and we'll see right now in a few minutes or a minute or so, whatever, you know. That's a good question though, man. It's fucking blinds. Oh shoot. If below the 90s, yeah, I agree. So we're reloading the levels right now. Let's see what happens for the gamma. Right now the put wall is right there. We're below the put wall. A bunch of limit orders piling on. You can see it on the heat map above the prior day low, passively waiting, see if they fill them. They're trying to defend the breakdown of the prior day low. I mean, this is the first time we break a prior day low with conviction, and then secondly, we actually held below it for more than 10 minutes below a prior day low. That hasn't happened in some time. So pretty interesting. We're loading the gamma levels, was waiting. Okay, looks like they're done. Let's load them up. They are here. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, still the same. And we've been open for 30 minutes and the levels remained where they are. Let me see if the flip level went any higher. ISM services PMI jumps more than expected in May. That's the headline on the PMI. The delta is still the same. Things didn't really change too much. Let me see. 634. Wait. It didn't pull a new one. Hold on. Oh, wait, this is the weekly. What am I doing? There we go. Wait, no, that's the weekly. 634. What did I pull right now then? 601. Yesterday. Today. We'll rerun it again. I don't know what's happening there. We go actually pull the actual script. Trading scripts. Where is the gamma one? There we go. We'll run it again because I don't know what happened there. This shortcut might not be working. I have a shortcut here I can just run it from, but it might not be working. I have to open the actual file. Okay, so this thing's still frozen? What the heck? We'll see what it does. I don't know why it's lagging like this, but oh, there you go. As soon as I said that, it finished. All right, let's see. Refresh. Refresh. What did it do? No, it didn't. Are we tripping or what? Did it pull a new one? Still hasn't pulled a new one though. I don't know why it's doing that. Trying to refresh. There's got to be an error on the gamma levels. Because I'm pulling new data. I'm running a new scan. It's not doing anything. I'll have to look into it. Something's wrong with the scanner, I think. We'll try it again in half an hour, but something feels wrong with the code. We will see. I'll troubleshoot it in a bit. I mean, the volume is forming not too far below. It's right where it was on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. No, Monday. I'm sorry. We're right at where Monday value is. So if they hold this, they could squeeze. If they get above overnight low, they can squeeze, which is not too far from where we're at. Delta's piling up here, pushing Mr. Bull. Yeah, the NQ reversed off the overnight low. The Dow has not. Dow is slowly breaking down. You see that there's passive sellers lining up right there at the power day low. The amount of conviction I have on bears is like 30%. So they fail every day. Oh, let me see which one that one is. Oh, the put wall reclaim? Oh no. They're doing a reclaim of the put wall. That's what that little alert was. Dang, they're gonna, dude. Another day of the same thing, just another fake out to the downside. Oh, Nvidia is actually red today. Wow. A lot of the stocks that were flying, like IBM, Dell, Nvidia, Oracle, those stocks have been up the last few days. Pretty big. Are actually red today. Interesting. Yeah, they did a failed breakdown. So far, they're holding a failed breakdown of the foot wall. We have Google green today. Meta's green today. Meta's up 3. Wow. Walmart. You do have some names that are pretty good today on strength. And you have a lot of like high flyer, high beta names that are down. So pretty mixed. Overall, this is putting in potentially a failed breakdown of the foot wall if it holds. Still confident holding short. Yeah, I'm not confident, but I will hold it because that's what the structure is saying right now. But the tape's kind of slow here on the recovery, but at the same time, that's not a bad thing. This could be a good thing. Like the longer it bases here on light volume and just forms like a long base of consolidation, it could be it could squeeze out of here out of nowhere in the up to the upside. I've seen that happen, especially because it's a structural level. All right, at this juncture, we're almost gonna get to the IB. I have to target the IB low at this point. If it breaks down, then the next area down is the, what is it? 556, so right there, and then we'll see if it hits 40s. Ain't nothing but a brand name. I don't think the prior reclaim higher is a short squeeze, seeing seller absorbing along the recent climb. Yeah, I mean, you see them passively hitting, and then all the delta right here is positive with no impulse up. So there's passive sellers and there's aggressive market buy orders absorbing, trying to break past all that passive buying. I'm sorry, passive selling. So all this blue delta on the column here is telling me that there's a passive sellers between 93 and 96. And there's a lot of market buyers within that area that are trying to gobble up all that inventory. The question is, like, does it actually hold and break free? Oh, the zero print. I'm assuming I don't see the zero print. I don't have it footprint open. But we got momentum here now. We'll see if that changes anything. What time is it? 7:20. It must be something that the Fed speaker's saying. There's a Fed speaker talking right now. You saw the headline there come in. It says, "I'm not that worried about persistent impacts on inflation." I think he must be talking, and that impulse move might be something he said. Kind of triggered the market. I guess I'll ask a question. Do you guys use a newswire? Do you guys use the newswire on stream? No. Okay. Cool. Oh, I do have to take my son to school in a bit. I'll be stepping out right now to take him to school. I'll let this trade kind of play out. All right, I'm gonna head out. I gotta take my son to school, but I'll be back in like 15 minutes or so. I guess never mind. I'll be here. Never mind. Take that back. My wife's gonna take him. I'll be here waiting, chilling. I kind of like didn't want to stare at this. Just pan out in whatever direction it does. But yeah, IB's about to form in 6 minutes. See what they do. This is pretty balanced here at this area. Hello, Pius. Welcome. Yeah, 2 votes. Yeah. But I think it's best if you use it through the app. So when you go to Walmart, you do the Walmart Pay because it'll register you as a Walmart Plus member. Oh yeah, he doesn't do that. Oh. Why you use market profile? It gives so it gives context, right? It's like a puzzle of the story. It gives you context of the auction or participation, trend, things like that. Where did you learn it works? To be honest with you, like just most of it is just supply demand, like very basic stuff, but the more nuanced stuff like excess high, poor low, the different kinds of prints, like profiles, you can find videos, or you can just find websites online that describe everything. I mean, it's not extensive, it's not like there's not a huge learning curve to it. It's pretty simple. The once you use it, it becomes reaffirming what you've already studied. You can learn it on like a weekend, but the actual application of it is what takes time, right? The experience of using it repetitively. But like you can learn all its principles, or like depends how much time you commit, like over a course of 2-3 hours. There's not a high degree of level of information you need to understand in order to use it. It's just the experience over time and what it means, and I repetitively post about it every single day on Substack, so that helps reinforce the learning. The reason I use it is it helps kind of be more objective with price action. And it gives you some pretty good references for levels to trade in or out of, or target. I think target's more than anything. Using it as a way to target zones when you're in a position is probably the biggest beneficiary to me, because they're objective to value. And that really helps me more than anything, the targeting aspect of it, along with the understanding of how price auctioned, how price traded, where volume traded, how much time was spent in an area compared to the volume transacted, or vice versa. Those are all little like hints or clues of the bigger picture. Like we're still in balance, like we're not broken down, nothing's changed. If you look at the profile here, the little small one I have a bigger one above me, but like we're just in balance, right? If you look at the last 4 days of auctioning, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're within the auction still. Things don't get shaky until we break below the balance area. Volume is filling right now. Right here, where all of it has been filled between Monday and Tuesday. We're back at Monday Tuesday prices. This is just a P profile. So this P profile indicated that this is a short covering rally. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good question. I appreciate it. Well, how do you use it, or what's the pull there? I've seen what was it? One of the World Cup traders, I forget his name, honestly. He's German, I think. I think he uses it, trades oil, and I forgot what other assets he trades. I don't really use like the different bracket activity. The letters and everything. I don't really use that info. I mainly just look at where volume is being distributed and use Patrick Neal. That sounds about right. Yeah, the name rings a bell. I didn't watch any. I don't know if he has any videos. I just know he uses it. So that's all I know. Here's 7:30. IB is formed. We closed above or no, not yet. We're still teetering around that put wall. Yep. We'll see. Man, this thing is very trappy, bro. What are they buying today? Let's see. There's gotta be something they're buying, holding this up. Sectors still look red. We'll see. That little alert is like when we get a close above the put wall after it breaks below. You get a little alert. I think there should be a chart that, there you go, this one. It's supposed to like remind you that there's a potential put wall failed breakdown setup afoot, but it's come up twice or 3 times now. 1, 2, 3, the green candles. But we'll see if it holds or not. This is a very, all the moves take, the resolution from them is requires a lot of patience lately. The market's moving very slow. It's like molasses. They all end up resolving in the same direction so far, to the upside. So if I get fucked today, I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's the same resolution every single day. Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, not that I know of. Actually, I can't even say. I have no idea, to be honest. Because I don't talk to a lot of people. I have no idea. I have no clue, man. Is it for you guys out there in Germany? I have no clue. I don't talk to anybody. I don't interact with anyone, or... Yeah, I have no clue. The few people I do talk to, they don't really trade or anything like that, so... Hard to say. Hard to say. It's good for selling courses and advertising. What do you mean? Um, yeah. Replace your DOM reading with bookmap. I mean, I don't know. It just depends. Like, how do you trade? I guess the question is like, what kind of trading do you do? What's the playbook look like? Because the DOM has its time and place, so it just depends. Yeah, sometimes it's best to just get a bigger picture look for certain playbooks of you on the podium. Oh, okay, that makes sense. What was I saying? I think it just depends, like what kind of trading you do. If you're scalping, of course, like maybe the, I mean, even the maybe bookmap. I don't know. I don't really use bookmap, but I guess I have a heat map here. It's almost the same, although it's not bookmap. I just like to see where the limit orders are stacking as we approach a structural area. And if there's a large bid, how many, where. Like yesterday, for example, like there was 2 large bids right below the prior day's value or high right here. And they kind of were pressing, saying, we're going to break this out, right? These 2 bids here, 500, 477. And then they got another one on the breakout right here. And then momentum kicked in and, you know, we topped out. When I get too deep. If you can read the OB, you don't need the book market. Book map, I think that's what it's called. Book map. It's bling bling for traders. I mean, yeah, I don't know if you need, like, I don't know if you need to pay for an additional system, you know, since bookmap is an additional service to use. I think Jigsaw has its own kind. You might be able to use that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's your answer right there. You know, you do have to be pretty focused. If you have the delta column, you can catch it, you know, on the delta column. You'll see it, but if you want to like in your face, then yeah. I think Jigsaw, I'm not sure what DOM you use, but I think Jigsaw has the heat map there of some sort. You might be able to filter it out to make those as well. I don't want that one. I gotta end that scan. What time is it? Best scheduler. Time is it? 7:38. Delete that. More buying. You can see the delta clustering here a little higher now. Another close above the put wall. They might release the floodgates here, dude. This is a lot of volume compressed here. And I would assume if they get above 600s, like the overnight low, let's just say 602, it just fucking rips again. Like if it gets above 602, it's gonna go. It's gonna rip, and it'll be another day of just shorts failing yet again. So we'll see. Still waiting here. See what they resolve this as. A lot of volume is being filled. If they just balance this for the rest of the day here, that'd be crazy. There's been a few impulses to dip and nothing comes of it. Most people don't understand how important the speed is in the order book. Yeah. Where it takes place is crucial, right? Where the where and the way it gets filled, I mean, is like a clue there. But where it gets filled is probably more important. I could have gone and take my son to school and came back. Nothing would have changed. We haven't gone anywhere. This is so annoying. Ay, ay, ay. Netanyahu downplays tensions with Trump, says differences are tactical. That is not good. This whole, like, I don't really comprehend this part of the market lately. There is so much negative headlines around the whole Iran stuff, but the market only responds to the positive ones that relate to the deal. But when there's like tensions or missiles being detected and being taken down, the market does nothing. It is so weird. I think that, I don't know if the crowd is just more fixated on the idea of a deal and then you're just ignoring the tensions in the background. I don't know. Feels like ignorance or selective hearing. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It doesn't make any sense. The SpaceX thing, I think I mean, if you look at space stocks in general, this has been kind of a run up or whatever, in and out of for the last couple months as it relates to space stocks. Yeah. I think like Rocket Lab and ASTS, they all ramped for a while and then they corrected and whatnot. So that's been going on for, I would say, at least last 2 months. Let's actually look at that. We have a heat map here. Where is it? Did I close it? So let's go look at the week over week. Year to date. Let's see. Where's the space? Do I have it here? I don't think I have it. Oh, drones in space. Look at that. 47% year to date. So it's been getting priced in, you know. See the month over month for space. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. 15% in the last month. So they had a little bit of a pullback. You can see that right there. Right? Like you had a nice trend into it, and then now we have a pullback from the high there. I think week over week is probably red. Where am I? Where is the space? Did I lose it? Oh, it's down. Yeah, 10%. So there you go. So there's the correction week over week. It's 10% down on the week as the, but the ETF, of course, not all of them are. Some are down more than that, but the ETF itself for space is down 10%. We have great. So let me say that. Political stock, okay. Politically driven stocks. No, that's interesting. You have an example of that? I can't think of any here in the US. I mean, I'm sure there are. I just don't know. I just don't know. My puts were from yesterday are back from the dead. Well, that's good news, man. I'm glad to hear it. I hope they get paid out. Oh. Is it from the pool? Holy cow. Do you mean short the news strategy? I don't think maybe he's saying exactly that. It's maybe like a stock moves on political support, maybe like government support. Similar to how I guess I could think of one trade that's similar to that. It would be MP. MP did that, you know, it had a massive run up and then it kind of tapered off for a while. That's one stock I can think of that did something similar to what he's saying. Like Palantir. I guess that one's another one as well. But that one has also like its own ecosystem of clients. I would assume he's referring to ones that are being kind of held afloat by government incentives or contracts directly. Although Palantir is associated, they also have clients outside of that. So maybe a little closer to MP, USAR, UUU, you know, the recent uranium plays and stuff like that. That I don't think. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up those stocks here. Let's see. MP. Yeah, it's actually hell. Never mind. See, this is like, and you know, USAR, UUU. These are all these. I mean, can you guess when the government intervention came in? Right here, right? And they all have the same look to them. USAR, MP. Yeah, so I don't know. I can't think of like how do you get your bubbles to show volume without making it non-transparent? I can't seem to do it when I add volume labels. Oh, get your bubbles to show. I know. Oh wait. I noticed yours wasn't transparent. So like right now, like how they are right now with the numbers and the bubbles being transparent. Because normally it'll show like a bubble that is not transparent with the number, right? And it's like blocks off the entire candle. So you do is you go settings. This took some engineering. It was fucking annoying trying to figure it out. So you have the regular indicator and then you make a duplicate. So actually no, sorry. The first indicator, this is my original one with the transparent ones. And then you put no drawing on this one. It's the shape. And however you want it sized. I have automatic sizing on mine. But you put no display on this one, right? No text display. But then you make a duplicate. So you duplicate this one. That's my duplicate now, is this one. And then when you duplicate it, you put no on the automatic sizing on this one. And just keep the settings the same so that way it doesn't mess with it. And then you go to you make a separate one and just put transparent. And then I forgot what else I did. I messed with it for a while until I got it right. let me send you a screenshot of the settings on both of them. I think that's what I did. I don't know exactly, so let me just send it to you via message. But it took some tinkering to get it where it was, because it was annoying as fuck. Let's see. I'll send it to you via Substack right now. It was just two separate. It's the same indicator twice, but like one of them is only the numbers and no bubbles, and then one of them is just the bubbles. Pretty much taking the colors off the duplicate. Exactly. Yes, that you take off the colors completely. Exactly. Leaving the font only, and you just duplicate it. Same settings and everything. It's just duplicated over. If that makes sense. I guess I don't need to send it to you. There you go. So yeah, it took some, like I said, some engineering to figure it out, but I got it. I don't know. It took me a while to tinker with that. I was a little annoyed for a while, trying to figure out how to do it. Fair play. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say I came up with that right away. It took me a few hours. Looks like they sold here, and then now they're holding again. They hit the value low of the current session. Still holding it short. If this plays out or not. I decided to scalp only on this session. Okay, well, fair play, man. I actually asked that question. Fair question, yeah. Do you scalp? I guess it's also like, what is a scalp, right? Some people think a scalp is like 10 points. I wouldn't call that a scalp. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I consider scalps like between 2 to 4 points max, something like that. 2 to 4 points. But some people might say a 10-point trade is a scalp. I don't know. That's the hard part. I like the idea of it, but for some reason I didn't find it satisfying. Yeah, I just personally think scalping's hard. It's like mentally taxing. Because you have to, I don't know, I assume like scalping you have to be hyper diligent on like entries, stop losses, and things like that. Can't function on that level, yeah. I mean, it's just not my personality, I would say. So I find it difficult. Man, are they gonna hold this shit again, bro? Come on. This is so ridiculous. A few ad rolls deep, yeah, that might be helpful. For sure. That might be helpful. I may scalp with momentum. Okay, sometimes catch big movement. I can see that happening. Yeah, like this morning. Like you could have scalped this morning, and then it just ended up being like a big cascade move. It all depends on how you trail the stop, you know, on those moves. But yeah, when you get momentum moves like this morning, they can turn out to be pretty big scalps. Because the momentum favored downside. I mean, we didn't have an uptick at all. The repair, yeah, once it imbalances away. So what you're saying is like there's an impulse move and it leaves a poor profile. So like let's just say there's a poor news. Kind of like what happened last Thursday. So last Thursday we had an impulse leg and then it just kind of retraced and then it repaired. And that's the long for the continuation. It was last Thursday that happened. I think the long was at the 75.55 area, the prior day high. You had that back to its fair value, repaired the imbalance or the impulse, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the momentum trades like today can really make your month. Yep, if you're quick. Yeah, if it's your style, you know, definitely. Those are the higher R multiple trades that come around. Not so often, but they do, and they do pretty good. Do 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 do. All right, I'm gonna figure something else to do right now. Try to. I appreciate you guys chatting it up. That's exciting. It makes this less boring to trade. You know, I appreciate that. I'm gonna do something else for now. Just as a recap, anybody who wasn't here, and before I do that, it's the pin message here. The reason we're short today, at least right now, I know the past few sessions have been fucking terrible for shorts. Weeks, maybe months, years, it feels like. But we had a classifier, right? The RTH classifier. The question is, where did ES open relative to the prior day's range? ES tagged the prior day low, in this case, right here. Right? Tag the prior day low right there, 9.5, right off the open. The question is, did price probe the level with a long wick or sharp rejection? No, neither of these. Price blew through it. They got an open drive. So the trade with the drive, meaning with the move down. Wait for a weak retest of the first bar's range for entry. IB breakout is continuation. So potentially if we break the IB low, it's a continuation trade on this kind of opening print. So we'll see if that plays out. If you want to see the references, they're all here for the different types of open. Opening test drive, we have a lot of. Essentially, this is like a run off the open that sweeps the overnight low, high, or prior day high or low. And okay, I hope they break the IPO. Yeah, that would make your probably value your put pretty well. Early. Yeah, I do because I don't see it so far. That way I can say something because I didn't see any so far. Oh shoot, I hit the internet. Do you use Tom on MES concerning about the algo arbitrage messing up the information? Or like what info? I mean, like, I don't know if, like, I don't think that, how do I put it? Like what I look for on the DOM cannot be arbitraged per se. Because I'm looking for a structural move, a structure, a certain structural area for activity, which I don't think the algos can arbitrage, you know? The bid and ask is definitely manipulated. They put in spoof orders all the time. But I don't lean on them for confirmation on a trade, so I don't really, it doesn't really affect me. See, if I see a you know, the bid and ask advertising price, I don't really care. I care about what executed, what filled, right? Not really what's like advertised on the columns. That doesn't mean anything to me. I've never looked at them. I've always just been more of a what traded, what got executed at the structural priority low or priority high. Like, what's the delta column look like on the break of the priority high or priority low? What are the orders doing that are being actually filled between buyers and sellers? The delta, right? The net between the exchange. So I don't really care about the bid and ask spoofing. When it's really low volume days, they spoof price higher or lower. So I mean, that you can use that to for targets, but I wouldn't use it as like a guide for an entry. I don't really. So I guess the question is like, I don't really care. Do you really think that much spoofing? No, I don't think so. I think it happens some days. I've seen days where it happens. It's not very common. I mean, it happens though. For example, if the ES is making more orders after hitting the fill limit orders, then moves the price. The MES. For sure. Yes. Yes. Of course, yes. MES tends to have more market order to chase the movement and result in a larger delta. Oh, that's good. I don't look at both order books. I only look at the ES order book, so I don't know. I don't know what the net looking both of them looks like or does. To be honest, I don't keep track of both DOMs. I guess you'd be able to see that if you looked at both, like the limit orders getting filled and then the MES having that delta. But I don't look at them. I only look at one order book. And then beneath all of that, the market, the S&P moves based on sectors as well. Like we have to understand is that the S&P, although it does have its own like volume transacted. It tracks the underlying, right? The underlying meaning like the basket of stocks that are being traded within it. So I think that supersedes anything else, whether that's whatever spoof or not. Let's see. Yeah, all day. I mean, the sectors have been red. All sectors, value, chips, and mag said that's the first time in a while. Usually there's like a couple green or one green. I think spoofing is less likely to happen, but pulling of orders are happening always. Yeah, they're always happening for sure. I've seen that happen many times, and that could be for a multitude of reasons. Maybe they're no longer interested. Maybe something changed. You know, I don't know. But I've seen large market participants need a lot of time to unwind their positions. 100%. Yeah, orders are placed across multiple ranges and exchanges. Yeah, but one must understand when it is truly spoofing, when it isn't. I don't think if you need to understand when it's spoofing or not, because ultimately, like if you're making decisions based on spoof orders or not, there's something wrong with your trading. I would say, like I think that's like a 10%. The impact it has on understanding trading is like 10% of that is like important. The rest of it is like structure, execution, and momentum, everything in between that. I think understanding spoofing is like such a nominal figure in trading that it's almost makes no sense to even care to learn it or pay attention to. Like the mental bandwidth is best used elsewhere of trying to understand spoofing and stuff like that. It's like pointless almost. It's like the impact it has on trading is so nominal, in my opinion. I don't know. It's you and me against... No, I would change it. Yeah. I kind of don't want to... I don't want to say that because that means I have to go return it. I haven't had to do that in a while, but I think it's best if you do. Spoofing is often cited as an explanation in retail. Yeah, I mean they can spoof to fill large orders too. You know, sometimes they do that as well. You know, to fill iceberg orders, they can do that too. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I'm not liking the negative delta below us. I can't seem to break it. Yeah. I also can't break the positive delta above us. I cleared my tape already, but there's a ton of positive delta right here. Right here. There's like a ton of positive delta here. And now there's a lot of negative delta down here. So it's like both sides are fucked until one side gives, man. I think, again, if they reclaim 602, the overnight low, it goes boom. Give us trust issues 100%. I don't trust bears at all. They've been sleazy little guys. I'm gonna say something different, but we'll keep it like that. I got opinions, I got facts. Yeah, I've been holding this trade for years. Break. Do you have a Discord chat? No, I don't. I have one, but it's like, it's just for my data. I don't really have anybody in it. It's just for my, it's for my own references for things that I generate with my scripts. I don't have one. I have a Substack. I do have that. NQ looks less bearish than ES. Let's see. Let's look at NQ. It does. It's above VWAP. That's the first thing off top of mind is it's above VWAP right now. The full session VWAP. So, yeah. It does. And it's been like that. Fucking NASDAQ. Thing's been on a tear. Yeah, you have chips green again. You have, I don't know how the chips are all green. I mean, Marvell's up 6 after being up 30 yesterday. Yeah, KLAC. A lot of these are up 2, 2, 3. Oh, they're doing good, man. The chippies. They just buy and buy the chips, man. Hey. Yeah. No, I haven't yet. One thing I must say is we are holding below Pyre Week POC. Are we really? And first animation on both daily and weekly. I have the weekly and we're below it. No, not weekly. I'm sorry. I have the monthly and we're right at the here. Let me actually open it on my chart. This is like a first time in a while. We are actually below the April. Wait, what the fuck? We're below the monthly first standard deviation, 6-1, which is from this week. We're heading into the April top end of the first standard deviation. Crazy to say. So yeah, I can see the reference being important for a breakdown. You know, you play poker? No, actually, I've never played poker. Is that a good game? What is that? I don't even play poker. Let me see. Google. What are the rules of poker? Play poker is a game of skill and strategy. Players aim to win the pot by having best 5 cards combination or convincing others. Oh, so it's like bluffing. Interesting. Interesting. No, I never played. Many traders also. I've seen that. I have seen that. That's true. A lot of interviews I've listened to, a lot of them are either professional poker players or played it for fun, which is very interesting. Yeah, what? Oh, that's great. Confused me for a second. Like, what is that? It threw me off. It threw me off, yeah.
Yeah, I was worried.
Yeah, they do. It look kind of scary. It does look like that. It does. So yeah, I get what you're saying there, Mr. FH. I agree. This is such a slow tape, bro. So I mean, all that momentum that was coming in from the bids, they dried up. Let's see if they actually break something, man. I wouldn't be surprised if today's one of those days where we just range here. Check this out. It's been a while since we had this, but you can just range here all day. Never take out the IB low until the end of the day. Like this IB low might not even get taken until the end of the day. I've seen that happen too, where we'll just range and we won't take the IB high or low until the end of the day, and they'll end up flushing it at the end or the high, whatever. You know, one of the sides resolve. But right now, structurally, we're below the priority low for the first time. We have not traded below a priority low for this long, for days. Look at this. Look at the orange lines, right? Price is never below the priority low for long. It's always just probing into it, but holding above it every single session as you go back. So we have not probed below a prior day low in a very long time. That structurally, to me, is an indication of something. Even yesterday, we probed. Was this prior day high? No, that's prior day high. So this to me is an indication of maybe of some weakness structurally, bearing we actually break further lower, which is the prior week value high. If we can hold below the prior week value high, that would be even better, which is 82. It's right here in pink on my screen. PVH value high from last week. You only live from trading? You only live from trading? No, sir. That is not true. No, I have other sources of income. I have a job, obviously, and a few others. But no, I do not. Let's see. I guess I should ask that question. Maybe some of you guys do. I think it's kind of wild if you do. I mean, it's a risk, I would say, no matter if you trade only or not, to only have one source of income. I think that's pretty sketch in this day and age. That's a red flag, I would say, if you only have one source of income. Currently, yes, but I am a student. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's a fair. It's still a yes, but yeah, fair. What are you going to school for? Early. Oh, what does it say? What? I don't know what that means. Let me see. Copy that. Oh, med. Oh, oh, cool. What specialty or what practice? I'm glad that in my country I do not have to report any tax fee from investments. Oh, that's great. What is this, Canada? Or what country is it? Psychiatric stream? Oh. Hong Kong? Oh, no way. How is... dude, I've been there once on a layover. It was pretty cool. So is that like psychiatry, I assuming? Just Google search the term, but yeah. What's the psychiatry for what kind of clients? Hong Kong's cool, man. I went there, it was kind of humid though. I did not like that. It was in August. That city has a full nightlife, dude. You guys don't sleep. It's crazy. There's things open till like 3 or 4 in the morning. see what the poll says. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh yeah, on the camera? Yeah. That helps a lot. Where'd everyone go, man? This market's died. Q's breaking below VWAP. Okay, that's a start. Been teetering above it, below it for the last couple half hours. Or 15 minutes is what I have open. Candle on it. So it's breaking down. Let's see if it breaks the overnight low again. It's quite a ways right now, but we'll see if it does or doesn't. These are just so slow right now. It's crazy. And the money will fall. In spite of it all. But yeah, Hong Kong's cool, man. How long you live there for? I feel like a lot of people that trade are not from the US. Or at least that watch the stream here. Just kind of cool. Like I've seen people from Spain, Portugal, Hong Kong in this instance, Ukraine, Morocco, which I think is Africa. The what? I'm sorry? You made one? Oh. You put brown sugar in them too? Yo, dude, I ran out of Celsius already. That's not good. Fuck. It's too early to run out of my drink already. We're fading a little bit. Let's see if it speeds up here. There's some bids lining up. You can see the heat map. This is where they were earlier in the session, like at 75, 76s. The heat map like went full blue, meaning bids are starting to pile in there. And that's where we bounced from. Right now they're holding, some bids are shaping out at the 80s, which is the value area low from, sorry, the value area high from this day right here, 528. I'm just probably going to scale a few if this doesn't pick up speed or later a little bit. We'll scale some here at 8.2s, see if they can give me a fill there. So we scaled there at 8.2s for now. Just trying to reduce some exposure given how, I would say how weak this auction is here at the lows. I don't like seeing, I don't like probing into new lows on such slow grind like volume. You know, I like to see impulse as it's fading into the value area low. So the value area low is like this blue profile part of the DOM. Not really, you don't really want to see trickling into it, at least not for me. You want to see some conviction breaking into value area low. So if it goes, it should accelerate. You should see an impulse here break down. So I scaled some out here just in case. Traders in Asian countries are obsessed with ICT, therefore I usually watch content outside of that. Oh, so would you say you're naturally a damn, the word left my mouth. My goodness. The word is not defiant, but it's more not counter trend either. What is the word I'm trying to think of here? I'm drawing a blank. What is the word? What is the word? No, I had forgotten about that movie already. That was scary. I don't.
She goes back into the corner.
No, that movie was not something I. Yeah, no. I don't want to think about that. Can't watch scary movies, guys. I get fucking terrified. What's the word though? Dang, dude, I don't know why I'm drawing such a big blank right now. Right. No, I can't think of the word. It'll come to me later. Contrarian. You're contrarian. That's the word. Contrarian. That's what it is. Contrarian is what I say. I'm very contrarian with things, naturally. 83.95 needs to hold for continuation short. I agree. I agree. So far, and the reason I agree is because that is the value low for the week from the prior week. We need to accept below that area, otherwise it's gonna break. Yes. I'm. Huh? Okay. Sure. Yeah. I agree because it's the value low of the current of the prior week, so we need to see acceptance into it, right? From an auction standpoint, like accepting within last week's value, weekly value, like this, would then put the the point of control, and then the value low into question. Look, fucking momentum's kicking in here. They're coming. They're coming. They're charging here. This is the first time we see momentum in like a couple hours, or I don't know, a couple hours. That's a little extreme. Probably about an hour, half an hour. See if they can hold this momentum. I'm glad I scaled there. Good for sure, yeah. I mean, this volume also coincides with the euro close. I'm not sure if that's just last minute volume coming into the market as euro closes, but we'll see. If it fades out after this and it's just like a little liquidity vacuum into euro close, we'll see. We will see. I'm kind of glad I scaled out, but they rejected that value low again, bro. What a bunch of crooks, huh? It looks right. Yeah.
I was not into my phone. I went like that.
It does a good job when you do it in the keyboard speech thing. Yeah, we need more speed. I mean, just more speed, more momentum. This is kind of we ran into every single time we traded into this Valor low this entire week and last week at the other extreme. So every time so far, and I'll go back and reference other weeks, there's been many instances where we probe into these areas, this value area or a structural low, and volume just dries up. Like there's no participation. And we always end up springboarding back. Same thing happened here, this time around here. Same action. You had the probes into these areas with no volume going into them. As they approach those areas. So until that changes with conviction, this could just be another bounce again. We'll see. If you guys go back to any of the live streams, you'll see a few of those trades taken in real time. They're labeled IBL failed breakdown. There's a few instances within the last 2 weeks where the IBL failed breakdown has triggered because of that low volume break into a structural low. And when I say structure, I mean like a prior day low, overnight low, initial balance low. That's what I mean by structure. Areas that are static levels that have significance to price. So right now they probed into the Valor low from Valor high, I'm sorry, from the last week, the pink area, and then just volume dried up. So I took some, I did scale there. You can see the scale right there, 82, because of that volume. And I said when I was doing it, I don't like to see that. We'll see if this little bounce was just a fake out because of the euro close. Because euro came in and then we bounced. Momentum came in and we just dried up. So if this continues, breaks below that euro low or that recent low, and then we get momentum, then I'll hold this trade again. But if it does it again, where we break below 80 or 82 and volume is still dry, I will scale more of this position and just leave a runner at this point. So a moment of truth here. Once we break, if we break here, velocity increases, I will hold it. If volume dries up again, I will scale more and just get down to a runner, call it a day, walk away, and let the runner do its thing for the rest of the session. You see it as weak, as in like the bounce right now is weak, or you mean the short setup is weak? Let's see here. Seeing that in my footprint chart, the auction is not complete around 80s. Well, at the low. So you see it as a weak low. So we'll revisit essentially is what you're saying. It would be broken a higher chance because of the weak auction. Yeah, I mean, if this was like a small time frame TPO profile, that would have been a poor low as well, the way it auctioned. See if volume accelerates or not here. Just kind of waiting patiently. I'm my hands on the DOM, so I might scale another 2 lots here. He's waiting. Very slow. It's just pausing, so we'll see. Still low volume again. NQ is below VWAP as well now. It was the one that was holding above the whole time. The Dow has been trending down most of the morning since the open. So I think NQ is really just the outlier here in terms of strength. I'm just gonna scale more here. Unfortunately, I have to. I can't hold this with this kind of volume holding into the value area low of the session. I'm just gonna hold a runner now. Get a small position, and I will just trail the stop a little tighter, just to kind of keep things clean and lock in a small green trade here. Don't really want to be holding the bag anymore. This thing's obviously not auctioning well into the lows. Not enough for me to want to hold a full position. So let me see. There's the acceleration. Look at that. As soon as I close it. I'm targeting 7.5. That's a good target. Yeah, that's the IBL, so not a bad target. Not a bad target. As I waited, I sold it a little too soon. The additional scale, but that's fine with me. You know, I made this the decision that the best decision I could have made with the info I had at the time. Now 82, yeah. So I have exposure still. I'll just hold the small piece that I have for the rest of the move. Taking profit's always nice. Yeah, it is. I mean, it was a good decision based on what I knew at the time. Only money in the bag is real gain. You're not wrong. Yeah. So if this breaks, I will target the 554 area. It's near this yeah, the 554, 558 area, which is a value area from before this auction here. Which is also on the weekly. Let me actually fix this. 15-minute. On the weekly profile, it's like the high volume node area from last week, the HVN high. Not the value area high, but it's the HVN high. Or near the point of control, let's just say. Now the fight begins, yeah. This is the real zone where they should be able to imbalance lower. But I'm pretty much wrapped up for the day here. If this goes lower, great, I have exposure. If it doesn't, I get trailed out on the rest. If you guys want to try out the and I'll just recap again the you look at the pin message. If you are able to open it, I think you should be able to. It's a GitHub link. Now I'm trailing, not letting the market always takes away my sleeping time. What time is it in Hong Kong, by the way? So the classifier for today, you guys open that link. This is kind of where I kind of based some of the opening narrative trade into. We tagged the power day low. 11:40. Oh man, it's late. Tagged the power day low. Did price probe below the level? Price blew through it. It broke below. You can see it broke below here. So then it said open drive. So markets made a decision before the bell. And then trade with the drive, in other words, with the trend. Wait for a weak retest of the first bar's range. The retest would have been for me was the power day low, which as I referenced, as we were trading lower. I said I wanted to see priority low test. That's where I took the short entry, 93s. If the market came about the 85, it's better to close below the reverse. It can be huge. It can be huge. I don't disagree with you. If it doesn't take out the IB low and it reclaims the 85s, it is a huge reversal. Yes. I'm definitely open to the idea that that can happen for sure. Especially if you start getting some big lots trading. So you see, oh, we don't really have that many sell side as we imbalance. If you have a sell imbalance, something like this down here, and then it reverses and holds 85s, oof, it's massive. It's massive. First target would be VWAP, and then after that, if it holds that, then IB high, since it didn't take out the IB low. In that scenario, you would need to not have taken out the IB low. In that scenario that I just explained, the IB low would remain intact, and we would reclaim 85s and then target VWAP and then IB high after that. Right? So essentially, we'd do something like this. Trade here, like just barely miss it, hold, get some buy side, and then target VWAP, it consolidates there, and then it probably hates IBH into the close. Ideally, you'd get like a sell imbalance somewhere around here that gets trapped. And yeah. Yeah, the market's a lot about if this, then that. If this, then that. So if in that scenario you just explained, I can see that. What's that? Is it on the YouTube thing? Yeah, you could do like polls. It's cool. It's like a poll thing, right? Yeah, it's cool. I think you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. Oh, for the pool?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the pool thing, that's cool. I mean, did you try to find the, I think the better thing would be like a tennis court. Do they have anything like that? No? The they don't have any like at all. You could set up like to create a border. I mean, it's kind of hard too because the deep side is, I can't stand on it without struggling. Hmm. Just show them to me later. I'll look at them. Yeah, something, I guess. Hmm. Oh, it's fine. It's I'm just trying to picture like because we play, but like the way we can put it is like the from the short side that way, but then we always throw the ball over. It goes out. just put in the car where you find. We can talk about it later. '78 auction complete. Yeah, I mean, if again, if it reverses, yeah, definitely. me see. I'll put a poll here real quick. Hold it. Yeah. We're out of the trade. Okay. Yeah, like 12 feet. Yeah, I mean, what is it, 120? It's, yeah, 10 feet. I think it's pretty wide. I think it's good, yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that was good. Move around. Okay, that's good. You're out of the trade. Cool. Oh, nice trade. I still have some exposure. I'll let it ride through and see what they do. If this IB low ends up being a breakdown, full breakdown, then I'll probably just trail it. But if there's a reversal here, like they're trying to go for, then I'll trail out early of the rest of the trade. But yeah, I'll return the other one. That's fine. I know, me too. For me, is only the high and low of the RTH interesting. I start to see more exhaustive tail from the sellers at the low end. They keep doing that. I mean, the thing is, like, when they press these Valera lows, there should be more aggression going into them. It's a little faster than earlier, I will say, but it's not enough conviction. It's still pretty slow. I agree. It's still pretty slow. Seems like, yeah, like weakening offers. I think I'll make a decision once they break the low first. If they break the low and there's some impulse, then it's fair to assume we continue. But if we don't break break it with low volume, then it's SOL. Oh yeah, it lines up when they're coming over, huh? I didn't even think of that. What time are they coming tomorrow? Okay. Okay. For the auctions, what are you using? What software do you have open? Because CFTC does have the option to show zero prints or no, I'm sorry, unfinished auctions. And it carries over on the footprint until they fill. So it does have that feature. Are you using Sierra? Yeah, they're reversing again. ATAS. Okay, so someone's using ATAS and you're using NTA. Cool. Oh, you didn't use it. Why not? Did you try the RTH classifier? I said no. Man. Let's check out what we're doing here week to week on the rankings. Cybersecurity 11, software 5. This was up higher. Semiconductors, healthcare, defense, consumer, drones, airlines. Well, space stocks, yeah, that's right. Going into, when is that IPO anyway? Isn't it like 2 weeks from now? For SpaceX? Just new Trump tariffs this time focused on forced labor could take effect as existing one rolls off. Imposing new tariffs? What is forced labor? What does that even mean? They're set to be in effect on July 7th. Those scheduled hearings on July 7th. This is an old headline though, not a new one. But, oh. Okay, this is 12.06 SpaceX go online. Wait, what? Friday? Oh, Friday. Okay. Wait, this Friday? No, next Friday, right? Oh, June 12th. Okay, next Friday. Yeah, next Friday. Cool. Thanks, man. SpaceX go live. Okay. Anyone even use space? Use Star? I know Starlink's huge. Let me see. Anyone even use Starlink? That's pretty common in some rural areas. See what their plans are. And Q's kind of trying to bounce off that overnight low. See if it breaks down. It's not bad. 100 megabytes for a rural area. Unlimited data. Huh. My dream since young is living in the sea. Starlink seems to be the last. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you live at sea and you have Starlink, you're pretty much set, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We have enough of those, right? Yeah. My dream is to live in the US without Starlink. Why do you want to move to US from Germany, Pius? What's the appeal there compared to Germany? I'm just curious because I don't live in Germany, so I have no clue. Starlink, yeah, pretty interesting plans. I mean, they're not really far-fetched. Like 55 a month is pretty baseline for internet anywhere, at least in California. And this you can take with you, I would assume. It's like a satellite, so it's not bad. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What a time to be alive, huh? One person? Still fine. Pretty slow burn dip. I think the majority of the move happened near the open. That impulse move it's gonna be of reference coming into next week. The line in the sand was the 615. I said that in the newsletter. It was literally the high of the day, right? What was the high of the day so far? 614 3/4, so almost 615. On the newsletter, I 615, yeah, through 12 was the area for the momentum for bulls. Essentially the low end of the P profile. Whenever you have a P profile, I always get a little sketched out because that's usually indicative of short covering rally when you have a P profile like that. So P profiles are not really a fan of. They're not high. I don't normally see them as high quality long continuation profiles. I love the lifestyle, yeah. Oh, that's why I loaded on puts, 7K. Oh, it was? No way. Really low volume. It was, yeah. So it was just like, it was a short covering rally. I mean, we saw the open squeeze. Like, that was crazy. The squeeze yesterday on the volume. Plus the P shape. I mean, those are all great references. Great job, Mr. FH. P profiles are always sketch me out. I like more of like a D profile that probes below the next day and then reverses, right? Like that's more of my type of conviction along something like this. D profile, right? Balanced profile. You probe the low, the excess low, and then you reverse. These are always sketchy. But good call. It's good. Volume as well was in, you know, if the volume was low conviction run up. Those are high probability trades, yeah. Still early in the day. It's 9 Pacific. We're going into New York lunch. I'm gonna bounce. I have to go. But I appreciate you guys tuning in and chatting it up. This makes trading fun. See ya, FH, Pius, and let's see, I forget the name. Mr. Fung. I'm sorry, that made me laugh. I don't know why. What's the numbers you have there? 159. I don't know. I thought I said 69. All right, man. Well, I'll see you guys. If you guys haven't checked it out, check out the RTH classifier indicator. I wouldn't call it an indicator, but a reference sheet I made. It's pretty decent. It's free. Helps with the opening price action. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, guys.